Alright, before we get into it, as you may be hearing right now, I have a bit of background noise from my LGS playing in the background. Figured, you know what, it was a bit too much silence. So I'm trying this. Let me know what you think. Do you love it? You hate it? Let me know in the comments. So let's get started. We are still with Jordi here on the right. We saw him last round, still playing lands. His opponent for the last round is Mr. Haarlem Magic himself, Alex, though not on his usual deck. Normally you'd see him playing Maverick, but tonight he is playing the Epic Storm. So it's a deck that he plays on occasion, but it's definitely it's definitely not an easy deck. As Alex here showing us that Wasteland does not kill a swamp. So we have Swamp coming out from Alex. Thinking of maybe doing something else the first turn. Maybe not. Jordi started off with a Wasteland and a Mox Diamond, discarding Field of the Dead. I don't think Field of the Dead is the card you want to be playing in this matchup. So, definitely a fantastic discard here. Just both of these players are just fantastic players. They are always just an absolute joy to watch. So I'm looking forward to this match. This is happening. Not this turn, but it's happening. Let's see, we have some cantrips and some fast mana for Alex here. Doesn't look like he has much else going on. I see 2 Lotus Petals, a Lion's Eye Diamond, a Rite of Flames, a Badlands, and a Brainstorm. So the hand needs some work. It needs maybe a bit more work than just a Bloodstained Mire, but we'll have to see how this goes. Meanwhile, Jordi is playing a Grove, which again is not going to be quite that relevant here. And Sylvan Library, which might be a lot better. Though Lance, game 1 against Tez, I wouldn't want to be in that position. Maybe if Jordi gets a cheeky Pithing Needle, or maybe he has the time to tutor for it off Ursa Saga, but he might assume that's not going to happen. Defense Grid Badlands looks like it's going back on top of Alex's deck. Which, yeah, Defense Grid, at least game 1, is not going to be the bee's knees. We'll have to see. But yeah, again, Lance, game 1 against Tez, that's gonna be a spicy game. Now, it might be a bit dangerous for Alex to go like a value Empty the Warrens. That might definitely be a thing. But even that might just be fine, because if Jordi has a Tabernacle, he has the Tabernacle. If he doesn't, then he's gonna have to find it. Now, I do say that, but you know, it's lands. If it needs a land, it will have a land. It's gonna find that land if it wants to. And right now, Alex would probably take the Empty the Warrens, because it's something. Alex is just not doing anything right now. To Rite of Flame, the Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, and I think a Dark Ritual, yeah. Alex needs to crack this fetch. He needs to find something to do. Something. A cantrip, a Wishclaw Talisman, Ad Nauseam, maybe an Infernal Tutor. Like, this game needs to progress, and if Alex wants to win, he needs to be the one progressing right now, because if not, Yordi certainly will. Yordi most certainly will. That's going to be a Taiga coming out from Alex here. Yordi might decide to fire the Wasteland. I mean, you got it, right? Just shoot. Yeah. Draw is a Moxa Opal, just more mana. Just wrong half of deck problem. Like, even an Echo of Eons here wouldn't be terrible. Like, Alex could play some mana, then crack the LED, cast Echo of Eons, and then maybe try and do something, but what he doesn't need is mana. What he has is mana. He has all the mana. Yordi now casting Crop Rotation on his Mace of Ith. Again, Mace of Ith not the best card. He's gonna get Rashad and Port. Now Alex suddenly doesn't have as much mana as he wants to. Which, oh, that's just perfectly awkward. That means the Mox Opal would then have to cast the Dark Ritual if he decides to do so. Because if he cracks either the Lotus Petal or the Lion's Eye Diamond, he loses Metalcraft. This is just, yeah. I mean, this is what you sign up for when you play Storm, right? When you play Tendrils of Agony. Wow, I just couldn't think of the card. I was gonna say Ad Nauseam, but when you play Ad Nauseam, you don't necessarily sign up for this. I mean, yes and no. That is Tendrils. Oh, that's... So, Yordi is at 16. He did take 4 damage off the Sylvan Library. So, Alex could potentially go Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, Rite of Flame, Rite of Flame. And then he couldn't cast Tendrils. So, he'd need another Black Source? Yeah, if he has another Black Source, then he's at least Storm Count 6. Potentially Storm 7 if it's like a Dark Ritual. Just kind of shy of just killing Yordi anyway. Holy crap, that's okay. Yeah, no. If Yordi dies here because he took 1 card off Sylvan Library, that's insane. No, wait, he took a 2nd card. Oh my god, he took a 2nd card. Oh, this might be game 1. Alex is thinking the same thing. He's going for it. He's gonna try it. Storm Count 2. Storm Count 3. Yordi may have killed himself. Oh, right, no, he didn't need the Black Source, because he has Dark Ritual. Yeah, no, he has plenty of black. He also have plenty of red. Gonna up the Storm count. 4 red. Dark Ritual, Storm count 6. 3 black. And then tendrils you. Oh, that's incredible. And I think Jordi just killed himself with that Sylvan Library. Yeah. Yeah, he totally did. Holy crap. Alright, let's not do that again, shall we? Now, I'm thinking if Jordi hadn't taken the second card, was he still dead there? I'm not sure if Alex could have played the Veil of Summer, but he could have maybe waited a turn and then tried the turn after. Like I think the Sylvan Library, regardless, just gave Alex the opening he needed to to end that game. But yeah, I don't know. So let's see sideboarding. Yordi probably doesn't have a lot of sideboarding. Tez doesn't usually play any kind of Past in Flames or just other graveyard shenanigans that Endurance would be useful against, so I don't think that's a thing. I mean, Endurance could come in just as a fast clock, though I think Merit Lage might be a better clock in that respect. Aside from that, he might be thinking about some sort of artifact removal. And beyond that, I think we're gonna have to wait and see. In Alex's case, I think the defense grid is probably coming out. Maybe Alex is thinking of a card that I'm not thinking of, and he could consider Abrupt Decay and or Chain of Vapor. He could also be thinking of Eve Progenitor Ooze, one of the new Mono Horizons 2 cards that is essentially just a creature with Storm. And then every version that comes in is then one bigger for every ooze on the field. So just every ooze that comes in is one bigger than the last one. Now, Alex looks like he's trying to empty his hand here. No, it looks like he's actually going for the kill here. I was so focused on sideboarding, I just completely missed that Alex might just have a kill here. Burning Wish coming out. Storm count is 4. It's also possible he's simply considering Empty the Warrens here. Like we talked about it game 1. Or he's setting up a Galvanic Relay. That's another one of those Mono Horizons 2 cards. It's a 3-mana sorcery. You exile the top card of your library, and then during your next turn you can play those cards with Storm. I mean, the relay has Storm, not the cards you play off the relay. That would be insane. No. The relay is going to be Storm 5, so Alex here is exiling 5 cards, which he can then play next turn. We see Burning Wish, another relay. We see Lion's Eye Diamond, a Mox Opal, and a Wishclaw Talisman. That's gonna be pretty good. That's definitely a pretty good relay here. Yeah, relay is definitely a card I underestimated. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, but don't you want to go off this turn if you're already building Storm? Like, oh, how wrong I was. Galvanic Relay has been incredible It's just I can't do it this turn. Relay will enable me to do it next turn. It's like you're getting a free roll essentially. It's like a time walk for Storm, which like let that phrase sink in for a moment. A time walk that works for specifically Storm. The card is great. The card is fantastic, and we'll have to see if it's as amazing as I make it out to be this game. Uh, Judging Alex's hits, yeah, I would say it is probably going to be another land. What else is Alex holding? Can't quite tell. I think an abrupt decay, which isn't going to be relevant here, it looks like. And something blue. I think it's Chain of Vapor. Is it? I think it is, yeah. Let me look at Chain of Vapor. Yeah, that's definitely a Chain of Vapor he's holding. So, Alex's hand, aside from the Tropical Island, isn't exactly relevant, which he's now playing. But Alex does still have some lines here. Man, this deck is hard. Good lord. Like you're with most decks in Legacy, you have to know what your opponent is playing. With Tez, you have to know what your opponent is playing, and you have to know what you're playing. Because there are so many possible ways this can end. And I mean, that's part of the reason why you play the deck, right? Just the options. Options are there. So we do see Wishclaw Talisman coming out. Gonna turn on the Mox Opal. And seems Mox Opal still in the stack. I'm not quite sure. I think Jordi is considering maybe getting rid of it. I would imagine he could be holding a Force of Vigor. And is just considering whether or not he should get rid of the Wishclaw Talisman, I think. I mean, no, because the Wishclaw can just go to the opposite side, right? That is a Force of Vigor. Gonna exile Life from Loam, target both of Alex's artifacts. Now Alex could, in response, activate the Wishclaw Talisman. Either way, I think the Mox Opal is effectively disabled for this game. Which means that if the Wishclaw Talisman is activated, then Alex would need some form of mana to be able to Burning with. He could use the Lion's Eye Diamond and fetch another artifact of the Wishclaw Talisman. That is a possibility. Alex realizing that Force of Vigor does in fact up the storm count, so definitely relevant. But yeah, this is hard. This is definitely not easy. Whatever is coming off that Wishclaw Talisman is pretty much gonna have to carry this game forward. Now, given that Alex's hand is not too relevant right now, he could decide to discard it maybe fire the chain of vapor, play the lion's eye diamond, crack the lion's eye diamond, and then go for a galvanic relay. And just try again next turn? Like, just give yourself a second chance to do this? I think that's probably a very possible line here. He's thinking of ad nauseum. I don't think he can. Like, if you get ad nauseum here, you're not casting it. Lion's Eye Diamond is a possibility. Yeah, I think the best thing Alex can do here is just fire the Galvanic Relay and then try again next turn. Just relay go, and then kill you. Unless there's something off the Burning Wish that could potentially give Alex some sort of play here. I mean, he's thinking about it. He's definitely thinking about it. He's looking at his sideboard. He doesn't have Echo of Eons in his sideboard. Looks like left. So Echo of Eons would have definitely been a line to consider. But doesn't look like that's happening now. Oh right, Alex could decide to get a Rite of Flame and then use the Rite of Flame to cast the Galvanic Relay and still keep the Lion's Eye Diamond for next turn. Which, again, Lion's Eye Diamond in combination with Galvanic Relay, just fantastic. Alex, you don't have to reveal that. You know that. He quickly picked it back up again. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's firing it here anyway. So the Rite of Flame, Storm count 4. Lion's Eye Diamond, Storm count 5. And then Galvanic Relay, Storm count 6. Oh yeah, actually, Chain of Vapor on Wishclaw Talisman isn't an option if you're taking this line. That's a bit unfortunate, but thankfully, Force of Vigor doesn't actually lose its target, so it does go to the graveyard. So Alex didn't just give a demonic tutor to his opponent. So that's a good thing. So Rite of Flame in the graveyard, which means Rite of Flame in Alex's hand is gonna make 3 mana of this volcanic. And that's gonna be enough to relay again. It does mean Alex loses his second Burning Wish. That stinks. That definitely stings. But I mean, you committed to this line at this point, right? I think you committed, Alex. I mean, you can look at your hand in frustration, but I think this is the line you're aiming for. Mox Opal doesn't do anything. Again, he could wish, but I really don't know what he'd wish for. Because again, I don't think he has... Doesn't fire the relay, actually. Okay, Alex, if you're watching this, I think you usually do. Let me know in the comments. Why didn't you fire the Rite of Flame? What was the thought behind that? Because like, I trust if you have a reason to do it, you have a reason to do it. But I'm not seeing it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not seeing it. And you are definitely a better player than I am, but that doesn't mean I don't occasionally see things you don't. Maybe you're looking at this in hindsight and you're like, oh, why didn't I do that? I don't know. I don't know. Just let me know, because I'm wondering. At least the Chain of Vapor is gonna get rid of Merit Lage, so Yordi just kind of double stone raining himself there after a crop rotation, so that's definitely fantastic. You're in Alex's spot right now. But again, now you're sitting there with an Abrupt Decay and a Rite of Flame. You're not really doing all that much. Ghost Quarter coming out, taking the Volcanic Island. Does Alex... I don't think Alex has any other basic lands besides the swamp. No, I pretty sure Taz only plays the one swamp. But maybe not. And yeah, no, now we're playing Draw Go. Both players still at 20, so no cheeky tendrils like we saw in game 1. See, I told you this was going to be a great game. Like a couple weeks ago, we had Alex against Mark. Alex playing Maverick, we had Mark playing Death and Taxes, and like that game was just an absolute delight to watch as well. It's just, I mean, not from Alex's position. Like that game was incredibly lucky for one person, but it wasn't Alex. He was struggling. But I won't spoil the ending. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's just a fantastic set of games. It was Abzan Maverick versus Death and Taxes, Alex versus Mark. A couple weeks ago, I don't remember the exact date, but just another banger. Alex brainstorming here. I think he has 2 Wishclaw Talismans. Looking at the card border there. Gonna have to put something back. I think I also see an Ad Nauseam there. Yeah. I think Ad Nauseam... Alex thinking about putting... No, he's thinking about not putting back the Ad Nauseam. Okay, no, it was 1 Wishclaw Talisman and a Bloodstained Mire, which looks like are going back on top. Could Alex play Ad Nauseam here? Lotus Petal does turn on the Mox Opal, and at that point he has 3. Then the Rite of Flame. You go to 2, then you're gonna to 6. Yeah. Right? I think Alex should have 1 more red here, right? Or am I miscalculating? Because I think... No, I'm miscalculating. He never played that Rite of Flame. No, okay. So yeah, this makes sense. The Lionside Diamond gets cracked. I think that means it's for blue mana. The rest of Alex's hand gets discarded. And we are going Ad Nauseam. Now, this is an Ad Nauseam starting at 20 life. There's going to be a fantastic Ad Nauseam. At 18, 17, 15... 14, 13, 12. That's going to 8, 7. I think Alex can keep going here. Though, if he's at 7 and he finds Echo of Eons, then Jordi could potentially just kill him. He does have one card in hand. Alex should know that he's playing Punishing Fire off of the double growth of the Burn Willow, so definitely something to be careful of. And yeah, Alex decides, you know what, I'm not taking that risk. Don't have to take that risk. He drew so many cards here. We have a number of cantrips. We have a couple Lion's Eye Diamonds. Storm count going up. We already have Tendrils. I think Jordi is just dead already. I don't think he has some surprise way of gaining life. That's maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is gonna be a 2-0 going to Alex. Wait, actually, he still needs to find a way to play his Tendrils. Hold on, I'm jumping the gun here a bit. He still needs to actually play the Tendrils. Now he is gonna play a fetch. Gonna get a Badlands. That's short 2 mana. This is the situation where Lion's Eye Diamond is just the absolute worst. Wait, no, he has Dark Ritual. What am I talking about? What am I'm talking out my ass. Just Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual, Fire Tendrils. Stormcount 9 off the second Mox Opal. That's 2 black. And Tendrils you. Stormcount 10. Just straight 20 you. Haha! And the bluff from Jordi. Yeah. That's GG, and looks like Jordi was actually gonna find Sphere of Resistance. Completely forgot that card exists. Yeah, that would have been great in this situation, but Alex taking it down 2-0. Looks like whether or not the Galvanic Relay was the correct play, I don't know. But it didn't matter in the end. So GG to Alex taking down Jordi 2-0.